Oh, I see. Give it to that gentleman right there. I can do it. Hurry up, go ahead. Come on, dude. Jeez, give him an inch. It takes 10, 15.
Tell you need to come in and get corn and sit right.
Come here. God, I don't know how you put up with it. That's hers.
Everyone, give it a great round of applause to our wedding couple. Congratulations.
Hi, hon. How are you guys doing? Get back.
Thanks, Michael.
It was crazy.
Make sure to check out and stick around here at the main stage for Pickle Pup Sideshow that will be making their way to the main stage shortly. It is a feat unlike any other. These folks are really great. They performed yesterday to a full seated area, as you can see. And their shenanigans are quite shenaniganful.
And just can't stop talking to Frank.
Thank you very much.
Just for a picture for you, just for the just for a picture.
And from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., The Walking Dead panel featuring Michael London, Lou Temple, and Vincent Ward. 5 to 6 p.m., Fred Williamson. And of course, from 6 to 7 p.m., not on the schedule, but we're doing it anyway. 6 to 7 p.m., me, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, John Lucia. So come on by, creeps. We're dying to meet you.
Thank you, dude.
Good job in The Walking Dead.
Right?
Yes.
What's Carol gonna do without me?
I know, right? I was so confident you guys were gonna be together.
It's never gonna work with Daryl. How many times do we all know that?
I know.
He's gay. Say hi. I'm a hugger. How about a hug? Right on. Hey, brother. How you doing?
I was like, what do you mean? I take it it's not a good hard on. And they said, So that 18-year-ago gig that I backed out of came to bite me in the ass in the end. 18 years later, here is Merle Dixon ready to be cast, and people have a hard on for me. What can I say? And they've had that hard on for 18 years. So no matter how, I missed out on a lot of stuff. And I didn't know about it. See, I didn't know about this misconception of what took place 18 years ago. See? And that's when you have to communicate with your agents better. Well, actually, your agents don't necessarily communicate with you. They tell you one thing and they did another thing. That's what happened. And so once we cleared that all up, I ended up getting cast as Merle. And the first day, me and Frank Darabont saw each other on the set, I swear to God, it was as if we had not missed a beat for 18 years. We're like, oh my God, dude! And boom, best friends right away, right off the bat. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today because, and I definitely would not have been in the because it was an emotional roller coaster for you. The arc of that character was so well written and performed. It's like you're developing this thing and you're seeing where it's going and you're going like, whoa, this is crazy, man. And people, I like to tell people that you lost a lot of animosity toward Merle as soon as they left me on that rooftop. As soon as that key dropped, and I'm on that rooftop, chained in the hot sun for 3-4 days, I'm dying of thirst and hunger, and zombies are about to eat whatever's left of me, and I'm praying to my God, and all sympathy left the group and came right to Merle. And from then on, you were wanting and rooting for Merle to come back and do something. Revenge, kick some ass, cut some shit off, whatever. But you were. And no matter how bigoted, mean-hearted sometimes this cat can be, you still kind of was starting to root for him from that moment. And then as things went by, you ended up rooting more and more, and until, that fateful day, right?
There is always that day. You gotta escape it. It's like gravity.
I got that call about 2-3 weeks before that day occurred, and so we worked on the script and ended up being what it is, I really wanted a nice big beat down before the governor grabbed hold of me, because my point was, there ain't no way the governor's going to kick Merle's ass. I'm so sorry. The girl, Michonne's already kicked his butt. And I've already kicked hers. So, no, ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So we had a nice beat down. They hit me with the stocks, the gun and stuff. And then and then the rest is history, man. It came out pretty good.
Yeah,
I was
that's great.
satisfied.
Fantastic.
Good question, by the way.
I worked on that all night. Last night at the bar. Some of you were there.
I know what you were doing all night. It wasn't working on that question.
I must ask you a question. But I'll save it for later. What about you, Mr. Vincent Ward? When did your fateful day become
A reality.
a reality for you?
Well,
And I do know the answer.
my unfortunately fateful day came when I was sitting in the makeup department. And there's a script sitting there, a new script. Just happened to pick it up. I look at it, and I'm the type of person, I just look for Oscar. Just look for Oscar. I get to the very last page. Oscar dies. What? What? So I promise you, it was probably not even 2 minutes later when Andy Lincoln Rick came in. He came in, he said, Vince, he said, I just read the script and I'm sorry, I see that you're no longer going to be with us. I said, I just read it, that's just now. He was like, wait a minute, nobody called you and told you anything. I was like, no. He said, you just not read it. I was like, yeah. He said, I'll be right back. Before I knew it, everybody and their mama was coming in there apologizing. All the big wigs. So, one thing I can say about that guy, he's #1 on the call sheet for a reason.
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
he's fantastic.
Andy Lincoln is
He
definitely...
carries ball.
He works every day. He he's almost in every bloody scene. The first couple of seasons, he didn't have any days off.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing, amazing.
He carries heavy load. Yeah,
And then I know a lot of people get upset because he doesn't come to the conventions, but you have to realize this guy, like you said, he works every day. And his family is in a different country, so he's a family man. He wants to go home and spend time with his family. You can't, judge him for that.
Oh, but he works so hard. There's no way he could come.
He works a lot.
Yeah.
So, what about you there, Blue Temple?
Oh, yeah. Well, your demise. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Wait, I didn't even know the show was still going on. Still doing The Walking Dead after that? What for?
That's what you get for trying to hook up with that lady with the short hair.
Wasn't that interesting, I promise you. Wasn't that interesting? I got told 3 weeks in advance. The showrunner at the time, who also is on, he should be sitting with us. Glenn Bizarre, good dude. Said, look, now I'm thinking he's calling to, get off into, let's do some more stuff with Axel. Yeah, we are. He's going to take a bullet to the head. So you do your denial dance. What about that Alan? He's a real asshole. Let's get rid of him. No one likes him. He'll get his down the road. No one even knows who he is. So then we talked about some of the regulars, who I can't mention or won't, but yeah, that'd be good. Let's take her or him out. Nah, because everybody likes him. And,
anybody but Axel.
And so,
for like 5 minutes.
Not Axel. So then you embrace it, you recognize, well, this is your job. Your job is to serve the story. So he invited me again to the writer's room. I said, nah, they do fine. I don't want to mess up the gumbo, but I would say this, and I offered some ideas. And so the whole idea at that time of the season was to pull the carpet out from underneath the audience, and throw a gut punch. And it was important for me not to let you know it was coming. I wanted it to be a real peaceful, happy, sad kind of day. And I was really proud with how we pulled that off. And like Michael and Vincent were saying, is the cast, at first they didn't know. And Glenn had asked me, can you just give me a few days so I can talk to everybody? And then once they find out, they come up to you and they're so sorrowful. And every one of them, I just sat and looked at them and said, you have no idea how close it was to being you. You better be damn glad that it's me, because you are on a perilous ledge. And so, then you pull it off, and I was just really proud of how we did it. I think Axel had a lot more to do, as did Oscar, and as did Merle, but really I think for how we served the show, I think we're all very proud of it, and very happy to present that to y'all.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, the arcs on all these characters, these 3 characters you see, all of us, we all have our arcs, whether they're longer, mine lasted a little bit longer, but it's beautiful. It's well done.
Yeah.
And some of them come as a real surprise, like yours.
Yes.
And some of them come as like, I think once you realize Merle was going in, Merle was not coming out. It could have come out. I didn't plan it and work do my internal work thinking that I'm going to go in and not come out. I'm going to go in, do the mission, and get out, make an exit. That's what I'm always thinking.
Yeah, it wasn't a kamikaze. It wasn't a suicide.
Oh, shit, no.
You were going to kick ass.
No way. No way. No, I was going to go in, pop the governor, pop off as many guys as I could, and make my exit. But,
What I liked about Merle's thing is the whole character arc. It was freaking biblical. It was Paul. He really had come to be brought to his knees, not on that roof, but maybe that's where it started, but brought to his knees to turn the corner when he lets Michonne out of the car, which is, it was just beautiful, and it was great work. And the thing with Oscar too, I thought was really, because he was so dear to Axel, that we actually shot a scene where Axel got in in Rick's face, in his grill, and we actually had a fight. But then we recognized it was so heavily loaded on Rick that he had to deal with Axel for taking Oscar out and getting him killed. Then he has to deal with the new players and Tyrese, and then see his vision of Lori. It was just too much, so we scrapped that. But yeah, everyone had a piece.
Yeah, I knew once I went to Woodbury, I knew I wasn't coming back. I knew it. I told Lou, I was like, dude, I ain't coming back. He's like, what'd you read? I said, nothing. I just got a feeling I'm not coming back. And I did.
How about some questions? Who's got a question? Come up. Either stand up and be real loud or come up to the mic, whatever you want.
That's good. Come on, we'll start in on those.
Line them up.
Come on. Don't be shy out there, you guys.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you.
Well, first of all, thank you all very much for coming down to the Rio Grande Valley.
Oh, yeah.
Often, so it's a real treat when you all are here. So the question that I have is, I guess for the three of you, because you all have had different types of roles, but specifically you, Mr. Rooker.
What?
Your roles have always been very colorful.
Lovely.
From Mississippi Burning to Slither to Walking Dead. Do these roles pick you, or do you pick these roles? And the same question applies to all as well.
I pick my nose. In the car.
I don't know if there's anything picking going on. It's like you don't know what's on your plate until it comes across the desk or whatever your agent calls you. You know, a lot of people ask me questions like, "Man, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do that film?" And I'm like, "Dude, what are you talking about?
They didn't ask.
It ain't my choice." You know what I'm saying? You know. How it works is the agents get breakdowns and managers get breakdowns and they look through the breakdowns and go, "Oh wow, this could be Rooker," or you know, and it could go the other way too. You have the producers in the studio going, "No, this is the short list. These are our 1, 2, 3 choices. Try to get them if you can, but then you move on from there, right?" And a lot of times my names are on some of those lists. And luckily and thank goodness that many of those names that come before me go like, "No, I ain't gonna do that. No, I'm busy, man. I gotta go on vacation." Then all of a sudden, well, there is Rooker. Hey, we like that cat. That cat's good.
Or sometimes
you can do that.
They'll tell you, which is a case in point, I'm actively on a movie right now where I was told Michael was on it. Oh, Rooker's doing it. Oh, I guess I will too. That's good. He's not doing it.
I'm not doing it. I haven't even heard of it.
So sometimes you get hoodwinked by your agents.
Yeah, they tell you just to attract other. Sometimes they lay out these names, and sometimes they lay out one name, and they go, "Oh yeah, Rooker," and then all of a sudden they're going, yeah. He's going to be good in this role, meaning that we really don't have him, but you're reading it into like, oh, you got
you must be for real.
You got Lou, you got Cruz or whoever, so sometimes it happens, but I don't know if they choose you choose them. Mostly that's how it's sort of like a technical thing, but you ultimately have a final say whether you want to do it or not do it. Plain and simple.
I ain't turning nothing down.
All right, it's 2 little questions. First one is from Ms. Rooker. Is it too bright in here?
Yeah, it's too bright. I don't like brightness.
And the second question is, throughout the whole Walking Dead, through season 4, right? Through filming, have you guys had any fun stories to tell us? Or
no. Yes, there's fun stories. There's no fun stories on The Walking Dead. The fun stories are like about, yeah, man, I popped my knee out. Oh, yeah, man, that tick was 2 inches under my skin. Those are the fun stories. I
I've lost
fun
12 pounds in 2 days.
There's no fun story, man. This is our show. I'm telling you, the cats down there working on season 4 right now are working their tails off. They're sweating. They're getting hurt.
Mosquitoes, ants, all
It
that.
is a tough show.
But there are fun things that happen
Yeah, you
in
got
the
lunch.
moment. You know, some of the interesting things are that, in my experience, the very beginning, of course, you know, we call them walkers. You know, zombies walkers, but we call them walkers. So they're all over, and they're a little unnerving. And all of a sudden, you get used to that. At first, I was like, "Oh my God, what am I standing next to all day?" And then you start talking to them, and you're talking current events and politics, and good looks, having a smoke with them, a break, you know, a craft
No, when they
service.
sit down next to you at lunch.
No, that's the worst.
Yeah, this is some fun stories right
But then all of a sudden, they leave at the end of the day when you're leaving, and it's some hot chick. And you're like, "That was you under all that?" Golly, you know, come on, wait a second. Yeah, you wouldn't say word and word.
You would not believe what
So
these people
it's
look
kind
like
of
in real
funny.
life.
And there was one time it was really funny for Vincent and I. We were out there in the courtyard, and all of a sudden, they came out of cell block C or something, and here's a little boy with a gun, carrying a baby. I said, "Who the hell is that?"
We just looked at each other, just started like, what is going on? And it
Nobody
was
told us
Chandler.
there was a boy in the home with a gun and a baby.
We had never even seen Chandler.
Yeah.
Carl, the little boy next Carl. We never seen him. It was like, what was this?
Well, you know, he just turned he just had a birthday, and the rule is down there in Georgia that you have to be of a certain age before you're seen on camera shooting any kind of weapon or anything like that. And so he just had his birthday, and for his birthday gift, they gave him a fully automatic AK, and he got to shoot the entire clip off. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Damn it!
Welcome to Columbine.
No, come on. No, thank you. Bad question. Next.
Hey guys, since it's TV, do they, like compared to a feature, do they give you all the time that you need to get?
You have no time in TV.
No, do they? Well, especially like once you guys found out that you were gonna be killed off, did they give you enough time to do the performance and the takes and all that stuff that you want to get in before?
Oh, you think they're going to give you extra time because you're
Because they feel sorry for you?
Shit, no, dude. You're like, okay, move on.
Got rid of him. God, how took it so long?
I got killed on a Tuesday and had to come back to work Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You think I wanted to be there? After that point, I didn't give a damn about none of them.
All right, next question. Okay, one-part question. Only one question, one-part questions, and because we got a big line. So.
My question would be for all three of you. When the season does finally end, will you guys would like to come back as a cameo?
No, they can't afford me. I don't know. What about you?
I'll go.
They talk about maybe redoing a flashback episode of the prison riot when it all went down, and I would throw into that.
So you guys need to put that on Twitter.
I don't want to be on no damn flashbacks. You sick person. Next
I'm coming
question.
back in a dress.
Thank you.
I wouldn't mind coming back.
I would wear the negligee.
I would wear the white dress and one of Carol's.
With some comeback moves or something. I don't know. Yes, darling.
Who's your best friend on set? Like, do you hang out with anybody?
Well, there was this one little tick that didn't burrow into my skin, and I kept him in a little jar for about 2 weeks. He was my best friend. I called him Lou.
I got my man Oscar, man.
People ask me what I'm saying. I actually stole this. I'll let Vincent say it.
It's
I got Mr.
Hey, that's my brother from another mother down there.
The thing that I take, they said, you take some wardrobe or you take... Man, I took some good friends, and Oscar being top, spend some more.
Oh, there you go. We're all still good friends. I mean, I see Norman all the time at different conventions, and we all see each other all the time. So we're all still good friends, and we still hang out at sometimes these kinds of events and go out and have a beer, have some food, that kind of stuff. The only difference is they are getting paid.
So we make them buy everything.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, next one.
My question is for you, Mr. Rooker.
Yeah.
If you were still current in The Walking Dead, what do you think your character would have done, or what would you want him to do?
That's a good question. Well, I tell you what, there'd be some changes at that prison. Well, I know how prisons work. The world knows how a prison can work. Yeah.
It didn't work like that when we were locked up together.
Thank you again for showing up, coming down here to South Texas WorldCon. My question is, what's the biggest impression you guys think made on the show? Like when you tortured Glenn, it made him stronger. Saying that you guys gave trust, to Rick. What do you guys think that carry on to season 4 and the rest?
Well, I'll start with the Glenn interrogation. Yeah. I don't think it made him any stronger. I thought he was damn strong already. I think what made him stronger was living out in the woods, and I mentioned that in the scene. But then I'm surprised that he doesn't spill the beans on the first interrogation. And but they say, oh, he's not going to talk. I'm like, oh, give me a break. Everybody talks. We only talked to him for like 15 minutes. Well, he wasn't really talking, but it was, But I thought he did really well. That scene was played very, very well. Because I don't know if any of you guys are actors out there, but you got to it's got to be, got to pass that ball back and forth. And if it's done smoothly, you can tell that it's really looking good. Because Glenn sold those punches, and it looked like this cat was really getting beaten up. I mean, I'm going to tell you, it was awesome.
That was some prison love.
He did a good job.
And he actually didn't want the stuntman to do it. He did everything on his own.
Yeah. He allowed me to take my blade and put it right up by his nostril, move it around his face, when all the other actors were like, no, where the real one? No, oh no. They're all whiny and bitchy and moaning. I can take that blade and put it on, I can put that blade between his two little cracks with my eyes closed without touching either side. So, so he was awesome. Great actor to work with and that kind of stuff.
I thought particularly Oscar and Axel gave Rick a sense of morality and humanity, where he could have easily executed us. He had to stop.
They were all in together. He said, "Hey man, don't waste your time." So, Oscar thought he was just going to be dead, but it showed trust that T-Dog wanted to be done.
Yeah, but I felt like you had to, in this zombie apocalypse, you still have to hold on to some compassion.
That's what you guys were.
I thought we were able to be a vehicle for that.
I appreciate you guys doing that.
Thank you, brother.
It's been 10 years I've been following this comic book. Were you guys prepared for this kind of reaction? Were you expecting this?
No.
Nobody was. None of the producers, none of the writers, AMC, nobody expected any of this to occur.
They didn't know much, did they?
Dude, don't know much, because I got to tell you, you may think you know how to make a movie or a TV show, but the audience, the middle America, the listening and viewing public will tell you different many, many times. They have in the past, and they will in the future. And we love The Walking Dead. I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead too. But I got to tell you, man, there's some good stuff out there right now. Game of Thrones is hot. There's good stuff out there. And, they got competition. And that's good. the better all these shows are, the better material we get to watch.
Better, yeah.
So it's awesome, man. I love it. So.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, man, so much. It's not easy being green.
Oh God, she is green. I can't tell. My things are green and you look blue. You're green.
My question is for Michael. I was just wondering, how did you feel when the guard killed you because everyone was freaking out when you died?
Yeah, I felt dead. I felt dead inside, man. Shut up. Now, you know what? I knew it was going to happen 2-3 weeks beforehand. So I knew it was going to happen. So I just wanted it to happen a certain way, and I wanted to. My big thing was Merle came into the show an ass kicker, and I wanted to go out an ass kicker. Simple as that. And I said, let's try to make the writing, try to make the show about the whole redemption thing. But still, I'm not one of these actors that want to wallow in self-pity and bullshit like that. So if you write that for me, you might as well expect me to say I ain't saying that.
Which he does all the time, by the way. I ain't saying that.
I say it all the time.
I won't say it. I wouldn't say that.
I don't say that. You know.
And then all of a sudden the writers huddle. Oh no, what are you saying? He's looking at us. He's looking at us. I wrote what I thought he said.
That's true. But the writers are really cool people. They after a show is running for a while, they start writing for you.
They figure it out.
They sort of figure it out real quick and they write for you. And so I'm from Alabama, so I have a southern thing inside me that has a natural rhythm and a natural way of saying it. And so when we get, sometimes for me in the business, when I get writers that are from New Hampshire or New York and they're writing Southern, I read it and I go, oh God, I can't read it. I know what they want to say, but it's just it's pathetic and it's almost making you nauseous. It ain't gonna be said that way, but for damn sure. So that's what happens. I usually colloquialize things, make them that kind of thing.
Make it sing.
Thank you. Good question. Green person.
This question is to Mr. Rooker. First of all, welcome to McAllen Convention Center.
Thank you.
Okay. My question is, in TV, they have a rule of saying of what words to say, basically.
Yeah.
Like you can't go any stronger with any profanity.
Yeah.
Like the F word.
Yeah.
But so how did you get away with flipping the finger on the show?
The finger? You mean that? Did I do that on the show?
I saw it on
several times. It sort of comes out natural.
Which episode?
I get a listen.
I saw it in episode 2.
Yeah. And you know what? You just do it and then they cut it if they don't like it. I don't care. You know, I just say stuff and sometimes they come up and go, and I go, oh yeah, I can fix that. I just don't say it again, you know. And
it depends on what network too.
Yeah.
It depends on the network. You can get away with some things.
We try to get away with as much as possible, but they do have very specific, very specific rules, and I don't know all of the rules, and I don't try to know these rules. I don't want to pre-edit or I give two shits about the rating board. I'm an actor and an artist, so I just say it the way I want to say it, and if they don't want to keep it, they're going to cut the shit off. You know, they're cut it off. I don't care. Oh, well, I can't say shit, I can't say piss, I can't say dick, I can't say this and that and this and that. Then it like ruins everything. All you're thinking about now is like what I can't say and what's really going on in the scene.
Yeah, you don't want to be distracted.
You don't want to be, screw that stuff. Yeah, but you know, they cut it. If they don't like it, they just cut it. I leave it up to them. I say it, they let me say it, and then they cut it.
There's been some good stuff that's been cut.
Yeah,
oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Like, what happened?
Now I understand why they cut that. Yeah, thank you.
sorry, I'm going to be the jerk to ask this, but are you still haunted by the chocolate-covered pretzel joke?
I love chocolate-covered pretzels, especially dark chocolate. Yeah, I eat those things all the time. And that's why we ended up using chocolate-covered pretzels. You know, those guys wanted to know what kind of treat I liked. And then that's perfect, works right with the scene. Ooh, yeah.
Question for Mr. Roker. How did it feel wearing the makeup to make you look like a zombie?
You know, that was okay. I did a movie called Slither, which was 7 hours. And so the 2-hour makeup for the zombie work was really pretty simple. A fairly easy cakewalk for me, not a problem.
And now you're going to be blue, I think.
Now I am actually blue, yes, and Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm
excited. Who's excited?
Yes!
My question is for Mr. Rooker.
Yeah.
In the scene where you die in the second to last episode of season 3, what's going on through your head when you're drinking and toying with the zombies in the Oldsmobile or in the
Yeah.
And you think that affected the outcome of getting killed by the government?
If you hadn't had that drink.
No, I was just toying with those zombies. I just wanted them to come closer to the car, and I was going to play Pied Piper. You know, that was the idea. I was like, well, how are we going to, we got to have some sort of thing going on here, you know? So I was like, okay, well, we'll just play Pied Piper, you know, and I play the music and, offer them a drink and tease them a little bit and move forward, and then they cut out a lot of that where I move forward and they come for me, and then I move forward, they come for me, move forward. We were doing like a little leapfrog thing. And so drawing all the zombies with me was kind of cool. And they were really good. The actors that were playing the zombies were trying to get to the car, and they're slapping at the car and falling down, and I'm laughing my ass off. They had the zombie shuffle down good, man. And I got to tell you, when you see that episode again, be very proud that I didn't break a spine or a neck, because I did the rolling out of the car myself, so that was really a lot of fun. Yeah, that's what affected the body.
Okay, guys, we only have time for a few more questions, so we're going to take the next 3 questions, and then after that, this will conclude the panel. So thank you guys.
Make sure you come see us and ask any questions that you didn't get to ask us now.
We're all going back to our tables, right?
I believe you.
We're all going back to our prospective tables, so you guys come on back out there, hop in line, wait 10 more hours. No, just joking, but we're going to be out there for the remainder of the evening and hanging out and seeing fans and signing stuff, so y'all come on out. So go ahead, Ms. Hackett.
Yeah, question for the 3 of you. You know that they're actors and makeup and everything, but does it ever get to you? Do you feel
like we really want to chop that head off?
genuinely scared?
Oh, do we get scared?
Yeah.
I honestly thought I was gonna have nightmares because the first time I saw the walkers, it was like 100 of them. So I'm like, I'm about to flip the hell out.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. It's a mass. It would be, if this mob came at you, that's what it's like. It's a lot of people. Again, those chicks were hot. Once I figured that out.
Once he figured that out, he's like, come and get me.
And then it was my interesting.
Thank you.
This question is for Michael.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a guy, okay.
Oh, yes, sir. Go ahead.
As a walker.
I can't see, man. What do you expect?
As a walker, how did human flesh taste?
What?
As a walker, how did human flesh taste?
Well, you know what? It was delicious, actually. It was wonderful. It was the pulled pork.
Yes.
I had the pulled pork. I had different types of meats in there. There's sirloin. There was pulled pork, different textures.
What about that sausage you ate? What was that?
Actually, ended up being vegetarian sausage. The vegetarian sausage tasted just like you know, like the intestines, when I started pulling the intestines out. They also have, I must say, that the guys that do that work, they have vegan innards, they have real meat innards, and they have vegetarian innards. So no matter who your zombie,
You're gonna eat.
you're gonna get to eat.
You might not want any barbecue after that, but
Next question, go ahead.
I know that the show has had tremendous success, and I just wanted to know if due to the violence and the graphic, and I know each episode has a disclaimer on it, have there ever been complaints that the show is too violent, too bloody, too gory by the...
We hope.
Yeah, there's always complaints. My granddad used to say there's an ass for every seat, so you're always going to have complaints.
yeah.
People are liking this,
I don't think the show's about that. I think you tune in because the show's about what you get up every morning to do, which is survive. It's your mortgage note. It's the price of gas. It's kids going to school or a parent dying of cancer. You know, I think that's why the audience connects with it. And the lines that are drawn or erased. And I think that's what that's what we present, and that's what you connect
It's
with.
scary, man. I mean, some people really are freaked out over this show. They that whole, being eaten thing is scary. That's scary.
Yeah, but you just
that scared the shit out of me. From day one, I saw George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. When the kid got up and stabbed him around with the whole, and she's and the whole. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies, by the way. I have to plug it.
A lot of people are scared or they think a certain way about the show, but everybody wants to be a zombie.
You know they do.
They want to be a zombie until they get on that set.
Oh my
and
God!
feel
I
that
tell
pain.
people, look, baby, you don't want to be no zombie.
You sure don't.
We watch people fall down, get stepped on, twist ankles, bugs chewing half their legs off.
Us hitting them.
Snakes.
Well, not only that, the grossest thing I ever saw was a zombie during the season 2, where I come and I end up being Durrell's guardian angel, and I tell him to get up, or I'm going to kick his teeth in, start climbing, But there was the zombie that comes up and starts chewing and gnawing on his foot or something. That guy was standing around all day long, and saliva and sweat was pooling in his jawline. And I looked at him, and he turned his head, and I saw him jiggle. I go, and I'm like, dude, can you breathe, man? Can you breathe?
And most of the time you can't see.
Yeah,
They can't see.
because they got the contacts in, and he said something. I'm going like, dude, just look here, look at me. You go over there. See that guy over there? That's the special effects guy. You tell him to poke some holes in that thing for you, man. Drain that stuff out. Next, go ahead.
Thank you.